funerals. 5 lives taken and a family left to plan 5 funerals. Tonight, we are hearing from the loved ones of an East St. Louis family torn apart by a horrific act of violence. Loved ones say the killer is one of their own. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. The killing spree spanned across 3 different crime scenes in East St. Louis. Our Melanie Johnson is live in East St. Louis.
Yeah, Mike and Kelly, I spent the day speaking to this heartbroken family, just shattered and trying to comprehend how one of their own could kill the people that they love. A teen couple has been arrested in connection to these murders tonight. And I spoke to the 15-year-old suspect's father, who says his daughter's decision has crushed his family after she killed her own grandmother and his own mother.
I can't show her no sympathy.
Marcus May tells me his teen daughter made a decision that is just heartbreaking. The 15-year-old and her 16-year-old boyfriend accused of shooting 7 of their family members, killing 5 of them. The victims, Patricia May, her daughter, Cherie May, her son, Devin May, 24 years old, who leaves behind a 1-year-old daughter, and siblings, Quentin and Shania Thompson, ages 21 and 25. 2 other family members survived this attack, the shooting taking place at 3 locations. The Samuel Gun.
Damn. What up, family? So, yeah, man, you see, we had 2 teenagers in East St. Louis, bro. They decided to go on, I guess, a Bonnie and Clyde style killing spree. But so we gonna check this out, man. But first, I just want to give my condolences and my heart, goes out to the people in that community, to those families, and especially to the people in the Gumper Home community. I grew up in that area. I went to school in that community, so I know a lot of those parents. I know a lot of those kids. And I know a lot of those people out there in that community, bro. So let's get to it, though, man. This is a sad situation all the way around. We gonna check it out. Then y'all already know I'm gonna give my spiel on how the rest go down. So, bro, let's get back to it.
Complex, where a bouquet of flowers now sits at the front door. A home at 39th and Summit and Jones Park. The teenage suspects were captured following a police chase at a nearby park. While preparing to say 5 final goodbyes, heartbroken family members hope the focus remains on the lives they touched, not the tragedy.
They know that he was a great father, a great person, a great man. My granny's someone so loved. She's so loved. And it just hurts to see that she was gone like this. It just really hurts so bad.
No word tonight on possible charges, as the Illinois State Police tell me this is an ongoing investigation. Now, if you would like to help these families, there are 2 GoFundMe set up, one to help the family's burial costs and also a trust fund for Devin's 1-year-old daughter. You can find all that information in this app, in this story at ksdk.com. Live in East St. Louis tonight, Melanie Johnson.
Yeah, man, it's a tough situation. So I'm gonna tell y'all the real reason. We're gonna get to the real reason why this really happened, right? Because the news, they not gonna tell you what really happened. But the streets, the streets be talking. And the city be talking, and we gonna tell y'all what really went down and why this really went down, bro. It's crazy. But we gonna
3 locations where the shooting.
Investigator Steph, good morning.
Terrell, Illinois State Police says it's investigating 3 locations where the shootings happened: a park, a public housing complex, and a home. At the center of the investigation, 2 teenagers, a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, now in custody. The crime scene spanned the East St. Louis area in southern Illinois. Police say 7 members of the same family were shot, 5 of them killed. ISP says one of the teens is related to one of the victims, but did not elaborate on the relationship. The victims have been identified as 49-year-old Cherie May, 24-year-old Devin May, 74-year-old Patricia May, 21-year-old Quentin Thompson, and 25-year-old Shania Thompson.
Taking this number of lives.
East St. Louis.
I just want to say that these alleged acts of horrific violence, taking this number of lives here in this community, it's terrible, it's evil, but it will not keep this city down. The progress we have made will not be lost as a result of this terrible, terrible acts of violence that have occurred in this community today.
Now that man who just spoke, that is the head of the Illinois State Police. His name is Brendan Kelly. And if you know anything about Brendan Kelly, you know for the last 20 years, he's had this mission in what he calls to clean up East St. Louis. It all started in the early 2000s when the clubs used to be open till 5, 6 in the morning. He first began to shut the clubs down. And I'm not even going to lie, like he, with his policies and things like that, he has made an impact on the crime in the community. So, you know, it is what it is. Some people hate him, some people love him, but you know, it is what it is. So let's check out one more video, and then we're gonna get right into the meat, right? About how this shit really went down. You know what I'm saying?
Into this brutal crime, which 2 teens are accused of committing.
It's taught to us that this is supposed to be who we are as young men.
Thanks for joining us for a late edition of 5 on Your Side at 10. I'm Mike Bush. 5 members of the same family are dead tonight. 2 teenagers are under arrest after a police chase. They're accused of carrying out the killings at 3 locations across East St. Louis. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon explains what investigators know so far.
A solemn Sunday in East St. Louis with a heavy police presence at the Samuel Gompers housing complex.
Everybody got basically the same news that it was somebody found behind the dumpster in the dumpster.
The news only got worse. Investigators say this is just one of 3 different deadly crime scenes. 3 victims found dead here at Gompers, another body found at a home on 39th and Summit, and more at Jones Park. 2 other relatives were also shot in that park, but survived. Police and crime tape remained on the scene here Sunday evening. Officers would pick up those teenage suspects a few miles away from here at Frank Holton State Park. State police bringing the chase to an end here at the state park using a precision immobilization pit maneuver on a car that the 2 16-year-old suspects were in. They're now in custody, accused of killing their own relatives.
These alleged acts of horrific violence, taking this number of lives here in this community. It's terrible, it's evil, but it will not keep this city down.
The 5 victims range in age from 21 to 74.
The violence, we just can't normalize this type of violence in this community.
These 2 young men telling me they want more direction for the city's youth.
We're young, we don't have guidance here, and sometimes we don't know where to go. And oftentimes it's the elders that mislead us and misguide us by holding us to these expectations of nothing more than what they perceive this city to be. And that hurts us.
Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
Those 2 teenagers are being held by Illinois State Police tonight while charges are pending with the St. Clair County State's Attorney. The 2 surviving victims remain in serious condition at a St. Louis hospital.
All right, I'm gonna say this, right? If those young men need a mentor, I'll be their mentor. I'm willing to be their mentor. So, you know, if you from my city and you watching this video and you know them young men, which I think I know how to get in touch with them young men, because when they showed those other young men walking up the street, I know them, right? I know them. But I know people that know these 2 young men that did this interview. And I could feel his pain because a lot of the elders in the community, they don't be doing what they supposed to do, right? They're not handling business the way the business needs to be handled. And that's just real talk right there. Those got a lot of, you know, they ain't handling business the way that business needs to be handled. But however, I will say this, right? There's a lot of things in the community for our youth to do. Over the last 20 years, there's a lot of great people in this community that has built this community up and saw this community from its worst to what it is now, right? And so there's a lot of things for the youth to do. They just have to choose to do the right things, you know. But a lot of the downside of that is that they have to go look for those things because it's not publicly out there, these programs and these community centers and things like that. So as adults, we got to do a better job advertising and promoting the positives that's coming out of our community. So I wanted to highlight this post right here. Let me make it large on the screen because I don't know if you guys could see it. Let me see if I could enlarge it, right? But it says the suspect's father told St. Louis Post-Dispatch that his daughter, this is her father right here in this photo, right? That his daughter was upset with her family members and plotted the attack with her boyfriend, Jamir Davis, after relatives refused to let her boyfriend move in the home. 2 other individuals were also shot during this rampage but survived. Illinois State Police tracked down the teen couple, arrested them at Frank Holton State Park following a brief vehicle chase. Davis has been charged with murder and 7 felonies and will be prosecuted as an adult. The 15-year-old girl's case will begin in juvenile court pending a potential transfer to the to the St. Clair County Criminal Court. Man, so yeah, this is deep, bro. And this is sad, real talk, bro. This is really it's heartbreaking and it's crushing, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because this family was loved. This family was really, really loved, dog. You know, and these people were loved, and this touched and hurt a lot of people in the community, right? And so just scrolling down, looking at some of the pictures, this is where, you know, some of the shootings happened. This is the Gumper homes in East St. Louis. This looks like Jones Park in East St. Louis. This is Jones Park. This looks like the neighborhood off of Summit. Looks like somewhere around the area of 29th and Summit, right? So let's look at these victims, man. Again, my heart and my prayers go out to the victims. So, the 2 teen killers, here we go, the picture. This is a picture of the teen killers. Since it's out there now. But that's the picture of the killers, right? And so, you know, damn, man, let's talk about it, right? Because, you know, they saying like people wouldn't let them stay. They wanted to shack up. This is the story that the street's saying. They wanted to shack up. And the young man had stole a gun from somebody. Some people alleging that it was his mother. However, I saw a Facebook post earlier today that was alleged to be his mother that said, you know, that wasn't her gun that he stole, and people should stop attacking her because she did what she had to do as a mother as far as reporting her son's behavior and reaching out and asking for help. So before people even start judging a mother, she stated that she's done everything that she possibly can. And let's be real, it's a lot of good parents out here, dog. It's a whole lot of good parents out here, dog. And a lot of people be painting that black parents don't do this, black parents don't do that. But like I always say in my video, black daddies are at home, right? And black mamas are doing what they have to do to take care of their kids in the real world, in reality, not on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Not in GTA, in real world. That's what's really happening. And so a lot of times your kid is being influenced by outside forces, and those outside forces will take over your kid, your son, your daughter, and demonize their mind. And these kids was upset because nobody wouldn't let them shack up in their house, bro, and lay up and screw. She 15, he's 16. You're never screwing again. And they dead wrong, man. Lock these little demons up, bro. Lock them up, bro. They wrong. Look at these beautiful people they took away from everybody, man. This heartbreaking. And my heart and my prayers go out to the community again, bro. It's sad because, like I say, man, this is my community where I was born and raised, bro. Stomped down. 25th Street baby, Converse baby. That's me, real talk. And this is heartbreaking, man. My name's 618C's, man. I love y'all. Peace, man. Make sure y'all shoot a prayer up for this family, man.